Welcome back to M Hood Discovered, everybody. Behind this garage door is my new shop for the moment, anyway. Yeah, but brace yourself. Brace yourself. All right. Are you braced? You ready? Yeah, let's get into it. Come on. So it looks like my father organized this, or yeah, I mean, this kind of thing he does. Just throws stuff in here. But this is light for him. If it was his old garage, it would be dang full. This is nowhere near as bad as what Mr. Senior Hood would have done. Yeah, he has no connection to this. This is just stuff that has accumulated over time. We need to make some space. I don't know how much I have the okay to throw away. The owner is asleep, but I have the clearance to organize. We got to put my little tackle shop in here, and this is where the bike is going to live, somewhere in here, and all my fishing stuff really has got to be in here, because I am renting a room in here. As you know from the last video, I can no longer stay up there. With a clear conscience anyway, because clearly the landlord, the lady who owns it, is going through some stuff, like some sort of dementia or something, and it's just too many complications. As much as I want to stay in that little tiny home up where it is, this will work for the moment. I got plans in the future, another place, but it's not there yet. We got to put it there. Anyway, this is still on the lake. It's like a few minutes walk. It's right down the way. Yeah, you're right. Let's get into it. This can come out of the way for a minute or so. Probably the whole time I'm here. Normally I would just throw this stuff away. I mean, you could have a use for it as insulation, maybe in packing as well. Since I don't have clearance to throw stuff away, I could throw away what's obviously garbage. And you could say obviously garbage. But what would another person say? There is another person. Knobs. They're actually trailer hitches. These are actually trailer hitches. They're not hardcore doorknobs. You could, however, turn them into hardcore doorknobs. So when you come into a space like this and you got to make room for other stuff, it's organizing versus just making space. Obviously, you want to identify obvious garbage and eliminate that if you can. You want to group things in this space that you're organizing. And when it's not your stuff, what you call garbage and what you call keepers, you have to figure out with the person that has the space what that is, where that line is, right? So she's not down here, but what we're going to do is a bit of both ideas: make space and organize. So we're going to identify things and put them in a group, and we're also going to use the tactic of dead space, things that are like find dead space, and we're going to compact things. Now the goal is just to make space for my little personal tackle shop. You know, I have a big supply of stuff, and I have to be able to get to it. Right, it can't just be shoved in here. So at a later date, things could get more organized, but we don't want to make that further organization at a later date complicated for us by jumbling things too haphazardly. But we only have so much time, and time is ticking. So let me get into it, and I will show you my progress as I progress. When I'm doing these things, I have some kind of game plan at first, and then it develops as I get into it. I had no idea what I would find in here. I didn't find any snakes, but I thought I would. So here's the game plan. You see these timbers here, got one here and another one on this side. They're part of the support for the loft, right? The game plan is I want to clear wall spaces from those two timbers to these corner timbers here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but it's going to be a little more daunting. We got a table loaded up full of stuff, and the table's going to have to move. The table will go somewhere back there, and miscellaneous tool stuff can be on it and around it. I keep finding gas cans, one after another, as well as gas cans, numerous ice chests of different sizes. There's a bunch. Even though you can only see 3, trust me, there's more. They're all over the place. As for this, I would like to shift it somewhat. Well, at least I'd like to sweep underneath it too, but it's got a flat tire or they need air. One of the two, right? There's my pile of stuff. I'm going to be building that pile. This has been sitting here for a while, obviously. The mower that I put outside doesn't work at the moment. These things can all be fixed. Look what I found. If you know me personally, you might know that I have a soft spot for these. This one is electric. It's the base of an old sewing machine. That would be a cool base for a table. Just bolt your top right there. Done it before. It is awesome. Needs to be cleaned up, but it's not mine, so I'll just admire it and not acquire it. Another admire, not acquire situation. That old pump, that's pretty cool. There's another thing here somewhere. Where was that? It's similar to that, but it's different. It's not a pump. This is... I didn't look at this yet. I saw it, but I didn't identify what its purpose is. A lot of things like this were made for different vegetables and doing different tasks, right? Like maybe this is for taking corn off the cob. They have them for corn apples and all sorts of things. You would get this at the general store in town, and it would mount on a piece of wood somewhere. Let's see. It goes like this. I think you stick your corn in there. Just patent. Yeah, I think this one's for corn. Doesn't quite say anywhere here, I don't think, but that's what it looks like, corn. These are pretty cool. That could be cleaned up and you could continue its use. You could use that, just clean it up. You can also find these in some homestead stores, brand new. It's gonna cost you, but they last forever, and depending on its use, could be quite useful. Like I said, there's different varieties of things like this. They look similar to this, but they have different usages. You know, it's not all for corn. There's like some for peeling potatoes, apples, different things. This space that I've cleared right here, it might look like I've made some amazing progress, and it does, but you don't know what I've put outside that I'm likely going to have to put back in here. So I'm not done. I still got a lot to do, but I got all day to do it, and at some point I'm gonna go fishing, probably after the sun goes down later tonight. That's better. It can live there. I didn't want to bury it. I just wanted to get it a little deeper, turning it around. So if I or someone else wants to work on it, it can just come right out. Yeah, I don't want to bury it. I just wanted to get it a little more in. Look at all this space now. But look at all that junk out there. Well, I got to get into this. Yeah. Here's another curious item. A lot of you may not know what it is. It is actually quite common in Texas. That is for picking up pecans, so you don't have to bend over. You just press that on the nut, it squeezes in. You just load that up. Boom, boom, boom. That one's a bit old, but that is an item that you can find brand new. They still make those. Maybe you go to a farm store, a particular store. You might not find that at Walmart, but you can find it. Believe it or not, it's enough space for what I need to do in here. Yeah, you're right. Let's give you the game plan. So we got the power on this wall. So tackle bins, work table over here, and charging station for things that can charge down here. And then over here, it may look cramped, but that's enough space for all the rods that I have, including the saltwater rods. I believe that's enough space from, you know, they're just going to be on the sawhorses from right there to there. And then I can shove some garden tools in there. But I got another mower. That's not my mower. I have my own mower. And that's going to be right up in there. So yeah. Well, what we'll do, the same thing I'm kind of doing now. The rods that I'm using right now will be right here. And the rods that I will be using much later for other things, such as saltwater, over there on that end. Yeah, you're right. I thought I would let that air compressor live there, but you know, I forgot to plug it in and see if it actually works. I think it does, but let's see. Just easy peasy. It's going to be loud if it works, if it just turns right on. Oh, that looks kind of scary, but... yeah, I think it works. It powers up, so it built pressure, but I hear it, air coming out. Maybe there's a problem, but it powers up. So if there is a problem, I think it's the hose, and that can be fixed. It's just got a straight hose on it for tires. That's all that hose is for. We could do something else to where we could take things on and off so we're not stuck, because let me show you. that's just permanently on there. It's probably screwed on there with some Teflon tape, so you don't have a quick release. I want a nicer hose with a quick release. Yeah, you're right. I like that stuff. So I got my own tools. I don't have an air compressor, but tools can go under the table. Yeah, like I said, there's plenty of space in here for what I want to do in here, because I can't put it up in the house. So this is great to have this workspace available to me, even though it looks like a yard sale waiting to happen back there. We'll just another time deal with that. Look at this crazy looking. I bet it cost some money back in the day when it was brand new. It's hamster cage or guinea pigs. And then we got that strawberry jar, All America. It's an All American strawberry jar. We got a huge collection of gas cans. We'll never run out. We got all kinds of things. We got America going on back there. I'll bring my own America. I like to get my America on. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's me about done here, pretty much. I mean, I got everything done I wanted to do. I would have liked to have got the floor better. I will get the floor better. But at the moment, I am filthy as, yeah, very filthy. And I don't want to go up into the house quite yet with these clothes on. I have clothes at the other house. I think what I'll do is go up to the hose or something and wash my hands and run home. I want to go fishing later. I think I'm going to go out with Billy and look for sockeye. And I'm hungry. Yeah, I want to go get some food somewhere, treat myself to a burger or something. I think I deserve it. Anyway, I also feel like just running to the house and grabbing stuff and bringing it here. Maybe my two work tables. I got a bunch of these folding tables, right? They don't all fit in that tiny home, but I got two that are explicitly for the tackle. They're the work tables, like the work tables, and then there's my workstation tables that will go in the house. So we got basically the work tables for the tackle are the dirty ones. They're all scratched up, cuts on them, stains that won't come out. Not blood, but maybe. Anyway, yeah. And the other ones are clean. So I think I'm happy. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel, and all that good stuff. And yeah, you're right. I'll see y'all next time.